We just finished up, the rest of our cuts, okay? And so we have our 53-man roster set. And, for me personally, this is the toughest time of year to go through this. And really for our entire building, anyone who touches these players, they're just not players to us. For the scouts, we've been in their colleges. We've gotten to know their families. For everyone in the building, we get to know the day-to-day. And so it's a tough day. It's a tough day, like I said, for me personally. And I can't thank these players enough for all the work they put in to help make us better. They came every day, high character group and a talented group. And we're hoping to get a lot of these players back, on our practice squad and even some on our active roster. And for the ones we don't get back, we just want to thank them for everything that, they showed up to work every day. They brought it. They made it tough on us. We had a lot of tough decisions. And so I can't thank, all these players enough. And you don't know when you sit across from a player and tell them you're releasing them what that feels like. And so it hits me hard every year, and it hit me hard today. So with that said, we're always looking. Tonight we're going to get the cuts. We do like our 53-man roster. We're really high on our roster. But, we'll sit tonight. We're picking 9, in the waiver claims. We're number 9, so we think we can help us like we'll always do throughout the season. But so we'll be up most of the night going through all the waiver claims, the trades, all the scenarios. It's quite busy out there. So we'll have a pulse on the league and everything that's going on. But I do like this football team. Thought we had a really nice preseason, nice training camp led by Vic and the coaches. And so I like the trek we're on. We're excited for the regular season. I thought it was really important to win games in the preseason. Winning's contagious. These guys they want to win. They like to win. I think they're feeling it. And obviously we'll see when we get the regular season and full speed ahead. We had the Giants week 1, a really talented team. I also want to touch on, we made a few trades last night. And, we traded for a linebacker from San Francisco, Jonas Griffin, second-year kid at Indiana State. And what really stuck out from him watching the preseason tape is his special teams play. This kid's 6'3", he can run, he can fly. He's really going to help our special teams, and I think we need help on special teams. From last year and even in training camp, probably not good enough. So this guy's going to add. He's going to help us, and we're excited to get him. We also traded Trinity Benson, who was a success story, and a lot of credit goes to Zach Azani, who developed this kid. He got him out of East Central, I believe, and came from nowhere. And from him to develop into a pro receiver, we had a lot of teams calling on him. I think it's a great story, and the credit goes to Trinity, another great person. He was down the depth chart here because we are talented there. And so, is a credit to him that teams were calling, and we just thought it was a win-win for us to get value, a win for Trinity, and really a win for the Detroit Lions. So excited for him. He's a great person, and he's going to do well in Detroit. And with that said, I'll take your guys' questions.
George, do you think you'll have any short-term IR guys?
We will. We're going to have Boone and Ojemudia. Yep.
So will that open up likely Fleming and Steven as candidates to return since they're vets?
They'll return, definitely.
How close was that on Boone? Was he close to being able to come back within those first 3 weeks?
I don't want to get into the medical, but the best decision was for him to be short-term, to get him back, get him ready. We want him 100% when he's back.
With Jonas, you see him being a coverage guy on special teams, just all units?
Yeah, he plays all 4. He's a core, guy, and he gives us more depth at linebacker. We got some really good athletes back there, and he'll just add. We're trying to get faster, trying to get more athletic, and he'll add to that. And I think we have a lot of depth, and I think that a lot of positions on defense, so that'll just help us.
You said you were getting a lot of interest around the league at your cornerback room.
Yep.
Were you close to making any deals there?
We've gotten a lot of calls, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. We really like this group. We'd like to keep the group, but we are getting a lot of calls.
How much of the confidence in the wide receiver depth going to trading Trinity?
Oh, a lot of confidence. We have 4 that are really good. We have a really good returner, and then we got some young guys, in the hopper. So, Zach Zani does a great job with these guys, developing them as you can see, and so we have a lot of confidence in some of those young receivers.
George, you were very complimentary of your analytics team during the draft and the work that they put in. So a two-part question on that. One, how much of a role did that group have in helping shape this initial 53-man roster? And secondly, how much do you want that group kind of in concert with Vic to be a part of game management, whether it's preparation or game management?
Yeah, they're involved with everything to a certain extent, and I just was down there today, was down there yesterday asking about certain guys getting cut and some of our guys and stacking our guys against other guys. So they're a daily resource for me, and I know Vic will lean on them as well, once we get into the season.
A couple of young guys. Andre Mintz, what do you like about him as an undrafted guy? And then Jamar Johnson, after coming back off the COVID list, what do you see?
Yeah, Mintz, the game wasn't too big for him the first day he showed up. He can set the edge in the run game. He's gotten better as a pass rusher. And the thing that really stuck out, he missed week 2, because he had, he was injured. And then when he played special teams, a big guy like that can run down on special teams. You can't have enough of those guys.
You released a few rookies. How would you maybe evaluate just the rookie class in general so far?
Really high in the rookie class. Great kids, talented. I'm not sure how many picks we kept. We're going to keep the best players whether we draft them or not. And, I think it's a mature class. The game's not too big for them. I think, just off the top of my head, we'll get 6, maybe 7 guys contribute early. And so I think it's a great class.
With the release of Austin Schlotman or waiving him, is that a vote of confidence in Quinn Miners to be the backup center and what he can do there?
It just came down to numbers with him. We're confident in Quinn no matter if we were going to keep Schlotman or not. We like Schlotman. It just came down to numbers at other positions. We have a lot of depth at some positions, and it's a puzzle. And you factor in special teams. You just factor in development of some youth players that maybe aren't quite ready. But really, special teams you're going to see on this roster is going to be a big importance.
About that puzzle, George, letting waiving Brett Rippon and keeping the 2 quarterbacks.
Yes. Again.
About that decision.
Yeah, it's a tough decision. When you weigh that, you're deep at other positions, and how are we going to help our special teams? How is our 5th linebacker? Is he good enough to play special teams right now? So you just kind of weigh your whole roster. It's a big puzzle at the end of the day. You want to take care of your offense, you want to take care of your defense, but special teams, you really have to take care of them.
Jamar Johnson flat late in the preseason, and Vincent was hurt at times. Explain kind of the decision you both of them making to find a way.
Yeah, I mean, he did. He got better. He started slow. He was on COVID, and that hurt him. I think he missed 12 days or so, and he was raw and he's really talented. But once he got in the games, you could kind of see the athletic ability, especially in the deep part of the field. He got better on special teams. Still needs to improve. He needs to tackle better. He needs to do some things better, but he knows that. But he has a high ceiling, definite high ceiling. And the other, Vincent needs to improve on teams, but he can really cover. He's a really talented cover corner.
Could you talk about your secondary? It's going to have, going in, you had the highest payroll for secondary. I'm sure that's still going to be the case after all the cuts. Just about prioritizing the secondary.
Yeah. Mike, you just look at the division we play in, right? In Kansas City and Oakland, Vegas and the Chargers. I mean, you need corners, you need safeties. It's a pressure and cover league, and I just don't think you can have enough. And I like our group, and it's going to help the front better. When you can cover longer, it helps Vaughn, it helps Chubb, it helps all those guys. And so there was a thought process into that, and and I think it's, with Vic's defense, getting those guys that can cover, we're only going to be that much better.
What do you think of your Ohio State linebackers? Both of them had kind of a late start for health reasons, but they came on in camp.
Yeah, I mean, you guys watch practice. I mean, the Jonathan Cooper kid, he flies all over. I mean, he's really easy to evaluate at practice, and you watch the games, he's all over the field. And 110 miles per hour in everything he does, and he's just a playmaker. And so we're very fortunate to have him. He's going to help us on special teams, and he'll help us on defense. Browning, he got hurt in that first minicamp practice, I believe, rookie minicamp. So he was a little behind the 8 ball, and we finally got him going the 2nd and 3rd preseason game, and you can just see him coming on. He's a big athlete. He can run. He's smart. He's got a lot of things you like. And is he quite ready? Probably not, but he's really coming.
When you first took the job, what priority or what did you think of the team speed at
Right.
the time, and what do you think of it?
Yeah, I thought we needed to get better team speed. especially on the defensive side. You had speed on offense, but on defensively, we needed to fix the secondary, not the safeties, but the corners, and we wanted better team speed. And I think we are faster. I think we're more athletic on defense, and I think we have better depth.
George, we haven't talked to you since Teddy was named the starter. What did you see that led Vic to that decision, and has Teddy lived up to what you thought he'd be when you traded for him?
Yeah, I mean, that's Teddy. I mean, and it's a full body of work. You evaluate these guys in the off season, then you get to training camp and all the practices and the games, and it's a full body of work. And as I said a number of times, the competition brought the best out of both these players. Really excited for both these players moving forward, but really excited for Teddy week 1 against the Giants, and helping and leading us throughout the season.
How do you think Drew handled all of it? Obviously,
Like a complete pro, and I've had a lot of conversations with players over the years, and that conversation I had with Drew, he was a pro. He took it like a champ. He said he's going to do everything he can to help Teddy play his best. At the same time, working on stuff he needs to improve on, and he's a true pro.
How would you describe Teddy's leadership style? I mean, it seems like players have really gravitated to
Yeah, that's. You see Teddy. He's got that quiet confidence. He's cool. I think he's got that it. He doesn't have to try to be a leader, but people gravitate to him. I mean, we all do. I gravitate to him. It's just you like having him around, and you see him in the huddle. And we're young on offense. We're still young. Judy's 22, Hamler 22, second-year center. And for someone like Teddy, I think he can stabilize this offense, because I think this offense is really talented. And so I think that'll help as well.
With all the roster moves you've made since you took over, how do you feel about where you are, heading into the season? Are you where you thought you were going to be when you took over?
Well, you never know where you're going to be, right? But I'm certainly happy with the results thus far. And we're undefeated, right? No, I'm kidding. But no, I'm happy. I'm happy with the players that were here, how they work, how they want to win, how passionate they are about winning, and I like the guys we brought in. The Darbys, the Surtans, Jonathan Coopers, Shamar Steffens. Just guys like that, and they all have one common trait: is they really love ball and they really want to win.
How urgent is it for you to get contract extensions with Sutton and Chubb right now?
We're going to let that play out. Definitely with those guys, we plan on them being here a long time. But, when we get to it, we will. It's, so they'll hopefully be here a long time.
To clarify.
Last one, Mike.
I might have a part B.
Oh, shoot.
The practice squad rules, you can bring up players like last year on game day
Yes.
for 53, 55. So like we were trying to figure out the receivers who you're going to cut: Seth Williams, Tyree Cleveland, or Trinity Benson. You wound up getting rid of all of them. So, but you can call one or two.
Yeah, so you can elevate each player on your 53 twice. So it's a little bit of, there's a strategy to it. And so you can elevate them.
You're okay with the depth at receiver without those three, or are you a little thin down the
We have 5, and I think we'll have more. I think we'll have, at least 3 more.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, guys.